Yo, good evening, you guys. Your boy Bill Mahari here, represent MehariNation Sports Podcast. Much love to the entire LDBC on a beautiful Saturday night here in the city of Minneapolis, Minnesota. We are at episode 34 of Basketball Conversations right here on this channel, you guys. It was supposed to be for Friday, but I had some work, that I had to take care of, that night. So we here on a Saturday night, and we got some loaded up basketball that we're gonna be talking about here tonight, though, guys. And so, the Lakers and Blazers are going on as we speak right now. So I'll be giving you guys some, minor updates here and there as the game progresses there too. So, so make sure that you guys smash the like button on the way in here, you guys, and hope you guys have been staying safe during this pandemic period. And but yeah, you know, hopefully we can have a good time here, discuss this good basketball talk, and keep it on moving. You know what I mean? So let me check out who's in the chat right here, right now. Well, look who it is, the lovely Tay Tay Brown. I really like your hair, Tay Tay. It's really, really nice. I hope you're doing staying safe out there. And when the show is over, you know where the mac and cheese is coming to. It's coming for me. But I hope you're having a good evening. But yeah, so tonight we're going to discuss about obviously the Blazers and Lakers that are playing right now, and also we're going to discuss about the other series that I thought has been very, very interesting, at to say the least there too. And you know, discuss some, debate topics with some of the people that sent some links there too. And, I might discuss about the draft lottery and how, people have been kind of just crapping on the NBA draft lottery for letting the Timberwolves win. But you know what? I'm just going to just cut to the chase. The mass media has been kind of upset about it, though, too. But I might discuss that. We don't know. So depends on how this thing goes. Okay. So, you know, the first week of the playoffs has been very, very interesting. A lot of different matchups and a lot of different things have been kind of just taking place in there too, guys. And you know, before the playoffs, before the season basically, was stopped due to the pandemic, I had the Milwaukee Bucks and the LA Clippers. Obviously one of the two teams that I believe that they were going to make it to the NBA Finals, but after watching the first week of the season, both of them teams, went through shaky starts, and now they're starting to get their zone in a little bit though too. But we also had some good boxing here tonight though too, on a side note though too. But thanks Tay Brown for stepping in though, appreciate it. But the thing that I always appreciate about what's been going on in these playoffs there too is that the competition is still relatively high, and all these teams have been really pushing each other to the absolute limit. Now, the Milwaukee Bucks, there is some concern about the Bucks that caught my attention a bit, and here's the reason why. The thing with the Milwaukee Bucks is that everything revolves around Giannis, right? But there's always an issue with the Bucks when there's always not a secondary scorer to really, supplement, Giannis. The guy is obviously supposed to be Chris Middleton or sometimes Eric Bledsoe on a good night. But both of them dudes are heavily inconsistent. And it showed in the first game against the Orlando Magic. And, they were able to come back, make adjustments, and take the 2-1 series lead. But right now, if you're a Bucks fan right now, that should give you some concern, because as you go deep into the playoffs, that you're gonna need, that teams are going to try to take away, Giannis's penetration and his ability to break down the defense and get to the basket with throwdowns and finishes. As I see my brother, Mr. Big Chest, in the building. What's going on, man? And XA Gucci 25. Make sure to subscribe to XA Gucci 25. Always holding it down for MMA talk, boxing, and wrestling too. But the thing that I always really hold about the Bucks is that when you go deep into the playoffs, you need a second and a third guy to really supplement the top star, and defenses are going to try to zone in on what Giannis does well. And what we've seen over the last two postseasons is Chris Middleton is a guy that you sometimes can have a good night, but sometimes when you need him to really step it up, he does not show up. And I believe that in my heart of hearts, I said to myself that the letting Malcolm Brogdon go was going to be a huge loss for them, because you're losing a versatile guy that is a very good playmaker, consistent scorer, But I understood why they let him go because he's been injured a lot. But since he's played with the Pacers, he's been pretty much relatively healthy. The thing is, though, guys, is that the thing that concerns me about the Milwaukee Bucks is that you know they need guys to step up to really help Giannis, and that's what really concerns me. Now, I still think that you know the I still think that they're gonna take care of business of the Orlando Magic, and I think the Magic are gonna be a very good team, especially when Jonathan Isaac comes back. You know, they're gonna really be a good team in the years to come. But I think that what's going on right now, I think that if they go against, some of the other best teams out there against Miami, that's going to be a really tough time. And right now, I think Miami's up 3-0 against the Indiana Pacers right now. Let me check real quick. And yes, they're up 3-0 against the Indiana Pacers, and they've been making it look easy. And so right now, the thing with the Heat is that they don't rely on one guy to do most of their scoring. They basically do it by committee, and they're very disciplined defensively. And the Bucks are really gonna struggle in terms of producing points. You know that they're gonna force Giannis to basically shoot the ball. They're gonna mostly go zone to prevent Giannis from penetrating, and it's gonna be up to the other Bucks to step up and hit the perimeter shots. It was the shots that they were making throughout the regular season. It gets tougher in the postseason because defenses are going to create schemes to try to make the other guys beat them and not the superstar. As I see people in the chat talking about, he said yo, it's 3 game series or 4 game series because the Celtics are 3 on the 76ers. Yeah, I'm gonna get to that in a second. Mr. Big Jet says they're going to struggle against Miami. Yeah, because Miami's defense is very stifling, and not just because of their physicality, but they're very well coached and well disciplined. And can we give some respect to Eric Spoelstra, you guys? Because let's be real. Eric Spoelstra, people were talking about how he was basically riding the coattails, of star players. But let me tell y'all something. Eric Spoelstra is a really, good coach. He really deserves a lot more credit for what he's done in Miami since being the coach. Yeah, he had some championship years. Yes, he had LeBron and Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh there. There's no denying that. But what he's been able to do with the Heat after the championship years, it's been remarkable. He's been doing a really good job keeping his team, competitive. He's helped them get into the playoffs, and right now, they're now on the verge of making it to the second round. But more importantly, I think that he really deserves a lot more credit for what he's done for this Heat team. The resurrection of Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo. Those kind of guys, and also Richardson. These guys have been really doing an excellent job for the Miami Heat, and I'm telling you, if you're a Bucks fan, you better be concerned about what the Heat are going to do against Milwaukee. And if they lose in the second round, I'm telling you, Giannis is getting himself out of Milwaukee. I'm betting you on this, though, guys. I'm telling y'all that off the rip. You understand what I'm saying? So, as I digress, I want to get to talk about the Philadelphia 76ers and the Boston Celtics up 3 games to nothing over Philadelphia. And if you're a Philadelphia fan, this is the worst nightmare because again, it goes to show you once again the exposed deficiencies of the Philadelphia 76ers continue to show during the postseason. All right. Now that you had no Ben Simmons, you had basically Joel Embiid to basically lead the way. And what has happened so far? The Celtics right now, they pretty much put the clamps on the 76ers, and Jason Tatum, Gordon Hayward and Jaylen Brown, those guys, they really kicked into a different switch. And right now they're up 3-0 on the Philadelphia 76ers. And I hate to break it to you guys. I've been losing a lot of confidence in Joel Embiid, over the last couple of weeks, a couple of days. He's really been a guy that has just been really like, you know, he's a star player, yes, but can you trust him to elevate his game to another level to get you where you want to go. And based on what I've seen over the last two postseasons, I'm just not seeing it. I really am not seeing it. And so right now they're gonna have to figure out a way to make huge adjustments and try to, steal the momentum away from the Celtics, because right now the Celtics, they really are playing out of their mind. And if the Sixers lose this series again, did Brett Brown's got to go, man. I mean, come on. Brett Brown had listen. I'm tired of Brett Brown's on the sidelines with the horrible rotations and with the horrible matchups. He's always putting it on the floor. He is not utilizing the team to what they could be, and it's shown over the last two postseasons. Okay, let's see who the brothers say about this. Lulu Ryder Sports, what's going on, bro? He says Brett Brown got to go. Definitely agree. Terrence Gayden says Brett Brown needs to go. It's going to be hard to unload those contracts. Exactly. You're not going to let go of Joel Embiid, but you're going to have to. The only tradable asset you would have is basically trading Ben Simmons. But remember, he doesn't like to shoot the ball, so there is some devalue into that. Mr. Big Chest is saying Joel Embiid is doing his job, averaging 25 and a half. Tobias Harris needs to be arrested for robbery because he's playing horrendously right now. Right. Yeah, exactly. Tobias Harris has been struggling. The rest of them, the guys have been struggling. Only Joel Embiid's been doing his thing. But Brett Brown's got to go. How many chances does Brett Brown get before the 76ers realize that he's just not the guy that's getting the job done? I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't understand it. And he's making things really, really difficult too. They need to just clean house. Get rid of Elton Brand, get rid of Brett Brown, and just start and basically clean house on basically on the whole organizational period and the coaching staff. All right. I don't understand why. I don't understand why they're still here. I just don't get it. Ludo Rider Sports says, Elton Brand needs to go. I do agree. Definitely agree with you. As I see some highlights of the Lakers and Blazers game right now, as the Blazers lead the game 57 to 53, in the third quarter. But I'm gonna get to the Blazers thing in a second here. But that's just how I feel about the Sixers. I just think right now, the 76ers, they need to just basically start cleaning house and start getting pieces that are going to implement what Ben Simmons and what Joel Embiid are basically good at. You know, I think losing Jimmy Butler was a much more of a bigger loss than people tend to realize, and it shows based on how they played horrendously on the defensive end. Mr. Bitches is basically saying, if the Sixers had a better coach, they would have been a top seed because they were damn near unstoppable at home. Right. I agree. That's the weird part about it. They played dominant at home, but it's like they're a totally different team on the road. That's just goes to more a preparation from the coach. I think that, Brett Brown is not utilizing what basically Joel Embiid and what Ben Simmons are really good at. He just basically does not play his matchups to their strengths, and he gets exposed every single time during the postseason. How many times have I seen the Celtics basically daring Ben Simmons to shoot the ball? All right, now you have no Ben Simmons, but you're telling the other guys, beat us because we're gonna let Joel Embiid score his points, but he's not gonna be the guy to beat us. Al Horford, is trying his best, but he's not had a good series. Tobias Harris has been pathetic. They need to clean house. That's all you need to hear from me. They just need to clean house on everything. Now, my thoughts on the Clippers and the Mavericks. That series is really, really, really competitive, and it's starting to take in shape right now. I'm going to unload a whole clip on Paul George's behind about this though, shortly. But I saw the game last night, and, the Mavericks right now, barring what happens to, Luka Doncic, his availability because of the sprained ankle, they're gonna need Kristaps Porzingis to really assert himself on the offensive end. Hardaway Jr. has been doing his job. Trey Burke's been providing good offense, and Luka Doncic has continued to put up numbers. But shoot, right now, if Paul George does not step up and play to his star capability, the Clippers will lose. And I'm not going to give Paul George a pass on this one anymore. As I see my brother Nola Boy Sports in the building. What's going on, bro? How you doing, man? Mr. Big Chest says, "Shoot, even if they had Ben Simmons, the Celtics would be kicking their butts because Brett Brown is going to get out coached." Right? Absolutely. You absolutely right. But let me continue, okay? The Clippers right now, they're starting to fine tune things a bit. But Paul George, I need to see more out of Paul George. I really do. Okay. We know what he's gonna get you on the defensive side, right? But right now, I need to see more out of Paul George. Paul George cannot escape the criticism about this. Okay, the last few postseasons, yes, he was been pretty much injured, but last year he played his heart out. He performed well while Russell Westbrook struggled. So I'm not gonna go on him this hard, but there have been other postseasons where you don't even know where if Paul George is into the building. But right now, the way I look at it is if Kawhi Leonard has to carry the load, is really going to be at the disadvantage for the Clippers. Now, yes, they are deep. You still got Reggie Jackson. You still got, you still have Patrick Beverly. You still have Montrezl Harrell. Those guys. Now, Paul George has got to step up. He got to play better. He's got to provide, you got to provide his all-star type of options here. You know what I'm saying? It's really becoming more and more, annoying every time I see Paul George not being assertive. He sometimes it does. Sometimes he always lets the game come to him a bit, which is fine. But you got to be more assertive and try to, instill your will on the opposition. You know what I'm saying? Mr. Big Chest says, you hear about the Caucasians being calling Trey to get suspended because he called Luka a okay, man, bro. I'm getting tired of the media basically praising Luka Doncic, saying like, oh, he's a second coming of a great superstar. Now, don't don't get me wrong, Luka Doncic is a beast, but he has not done much to really warrant that. He hasn't won MVPs yet. He hasn't led the Mavericks to a championship. Wait 5 to 6 years, and then we can make that conversation. Then we can make a good assessment out of this. But that, to me, is way too early to talk about it. But yeah, here's the thing. As the brothers have pretty much said, like, yeah, he get a cook too. No one's off limits. Exactly. But yep, the brothers are pretty much saying it. Paul George needs to stop jacking threes. Way too many threes. Yep. That's exactly what I've been thinking, y'all. Paul George takes way too many threes. He's too valuable just to sit there behind the 3-point line and jack up threes. Dude can break defenders down. Listen, if he wanted to, he could basically take Luka Doncic off the dribble and basically, go right at him. All right. I've seen Luka Doncic can be a little bit slow footed on the defensive side of the ball. He could literally just take it to you if he wanted to. But right now, I really think that Paul George to me is really got to step up. He's really got to be more assertive. Stop taking the simple jump shots. You got to put the pressure on the defense and really make them guard you. All right? Because right now, even though they're up 2-1, when they start advancing into the playoffs, right now I really think that Paul George is going to nearly need to have a better series at hand here. If the Clippers are going to have to entertain any aspirations of a championship. And so I think that this is going to last at least 5 to 6 games in favor of the Clippers. But Paul George has got to step up. He's got to step up. He's got to play better. No excuses. All right. Now it leads to me with the Lakers and the Blazers. Okay. As I see the game right now, as I put the game on mute to avoid copyright type reasons and stuff like that. Now, right now, the way I look at it is, as I see people in the chat saying like, "Shoot, I miss when PG was a ball handling monster doing 360 dunks in mid game." Right, bro. Yeah, but after that leg injury, he basically, was been more self aware about how he basically takes it to the basket a lot. as I see my brother Marquise Johnson in the building. Salute, brother. Yeah, bro. I mean, Paul George, when he was in Indiana, when he was loose and free, perhaps one of the most physically gifted and probably the most explosively athletic guards, in the game. But, ever since that leg injury, when he was playing for Team USA, it's kind of like he's much more like controlled, but he's kind of more self in check these days. You know what I'm saying? As I see my brother Brandon Nicholson into the building, he says if the Clippers want to advance in this postseason, they need to put the Dallas to bed, right? And they need Paul George to step up and play better. That's my big gripe against the Clippers because what they're doing exactly what they've been basically doing all year. But Kawhi can't simply carry the team all by himself. He's gonna need guys like Paul George to really step up and be that co-star. If they're gonna advance anywhere in the playoffs, Paul George gotta play better. That's just a simple fact of the matter. All right, and listen, you give the Dallas Mavericks a couple of years. Give the Mavericks a few years, they're going to be a big problem in the West because listen, Kristaps Porzingis, he has knee problems and he can't be as mobile as he once was, but he's still a stretch four, stretch five that can space the floor, shoot the ball, he can still post, and he's still efficient on offense, right? And Mr. Big just saying like, oh shoot, Melo's cooking. He is. Let me see real quick in the game. Okay, Melo. I see you. But yeah, right now, as I see Melo just hit another fadeaway jumper, as the Lakers lead the score of 72-68, midway through the third quarter. But right now, that Dallas and Clippers series is going to get competitive, guys, and it's really going to come down to who wants it more. That's just the way I kind of see it. All right. Brandon Nicholson says, all facts, bro, and salute to you, my brother. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. Lou Rice for his Melo's on fire. Yeah, bro. He got 10 straight points. See, now you guys can basically lead into what I'm basically going to be talking about as the Blazers and the Lakers are playing right now. Listen, y'all. Can we stop down Melo, man? Can we stop basically saying that Melo needs to retire? For what? Melo's been playing absolutely unbelievable, guys. Yeah, he didn't have a good game in game 2, but right now he's cooking. And right now he basically what they've been telling me he scored the last 10 points. And right now Melo has really been doing his thing on the offensive end, you guys. I've really been happy of how the Blazers have been able to implement Carmelo Anthony into their system and what their gifted is. He's been playing the old Melo. You know what I mean? Still making clutch shots, stepping up on the defensive end, and really becoming that scoring presence that the Blazers need if they're going to go deep. Now, the big thing that's going to happen with the Blazers is simply this. They're going to have to really need guys to really step up more. Now, Zach Collins is going to be out for the remainder of the postseason due to ankle surgery. All right? And so, we know what you're gonna get from Dane Dollar and from McCollum, who's been playing with a back fracture in his spine, and then with Carmelo Anthony. But guys like Gary Trent, Junior, Hassan Whiteside, they're gonna need to continue to really step up and really contribute to help out the other guys. All right, and Nurkic. Give Nurkic some credit. He's been really battling. He's been tough as nails, but also he's been providing the low post presence that they really needed too. But the thing with the Lakers is that Anthony Davis when he's in the game, he provides so many different problems on both sides of the ball. He's still a big guy that can shoot. He can post up. He can still hit the mid range. He can still hit the 3-point shot. But when he's in on the defensive end, he really influences your defense. I'm just saying the way you attack on the offensive end because he can block shots, he change shots, he rebounds. He's still that lengthy, presence on basically on both sides of the ball. So what really comes down to is this, and I know a lot of LeBron fans don't like to hear this, but it's just the facts. The Lakers will go as far as Anthony Davis takes them. And right now I'm seeing the Lakers, their lead cut down to 5 with about 5.5 minutes remaining in the third quarter of play. Right now, this Blazers and Lakers series is really going to be a battle of attrition about who wants it more. Now, when Rondo does come back, it is going to help their defensive backcourt. I'm talking about the Lakers in a certain extent because they're able to do, this game defensive game planning against the guards. But when you're going against great guards that can still put up, huge numbers, at a good period of time, it really makes things difficult for your defense. So I pretty much picked the Blazers to win Game 3, but like I said, I have the Lakers winning it in 6. I think that the presence of LeBron and the presence of Anthony Davis is going to come through. But right now, they're not looking too good as the Blazers right now are making a huge comeback. They basically cut the lead to 1. Right now, you guys, the Blazers are not going anywhere, and Melo is cooking. The backcourt is starting to show up right now, you guys, and it's been really been an interesting game of different momentums. It's been awesome to see. So right now, that conference first round series is really coming down to big plays, you guys. And so I see my brother 503 is in the building. What's up, 503? Are you there, my brother?
What's up? What's up with it, bro?
Man, I've been telling the people about this game, bro. The Blazers right now, they're making a run, bro. Melo's cooking right now. He cooking. He scored the last 10 points, and they basically cut the lead to 1 right now. It's really a close game right now, bro. But what you been thinking about this the first round? What do you think has been the most exciting first round you've seen so far?
You say, bro?
Okay.
What I think about what?
You broke up just a little bit. Yeah, right now. Yeah, right. I was talking about what I've been seeing out of the Blazers and Lakers series, but also been discussing about the other first round series, that have been going on around around the league, though, bro. But right now, this game is really getting close, though, guys. Close, my man. So, I said the Lakers in 6, but the Blazers are starting to starting to put some more doubt on the Lakers' minds. So how you been speaking out this Blazers and Lakers series?
Yeah, man, it's a great back and forth action. I was watching the first 2 quarters, man. I'm trying to keep up with everything, trying to watch all these fights and stuff, and watch the game. I think the Portland Trailblazers got a boost because I see CJ being a little bit more aggressive. And I think that's going to be the key throughout this whole series, man. We know what Dame can do.
Mm-hmm. 503, you're breaking up, though, bro. So, yeah, you're breaking up a little bit, though, man. So,
can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you better. Go ahead.
Okay. Just let me know if I'm breaking. I don't know why I'm breaking up, bro. But if you can't hear me, just let me know. But yeah, man, like I said, I think the reason why they are successful tonight is because of CJ and Dame's role players, man. I like what I'm seeing from CJ, Nurkic, and you know what I'm saying, Gary Trent too. He balling. These boys balling tonight. And, and AD is he put an APB out for AD because this game is not on tonight. That's what I was trying to tell my coworkers, man. I like AD, bro, but he's streaky. Some days he'll go off for 30, 40, and some days he'll have like 10 points. You know what I'm saying? So that's just something that you got to watch out for. You know what I'm saying?
Guess what Brendan Nicholson said? He said it's funny how that all they talk about this media clowns about how LeBron James has been playing for 17 years. But correct me if I'm wrong. Hasn't Melo been playing for 17 years because Melo been looking good? You're damn right he's been. As I see my brother Mr. Big Chest in the building. What's going on, Mr. Big Chest?
What's good, Abel? How you doing?
Man, just chilling though. Chilling with 503 here, man. Discussing about this first round series, bro. And what you've been thinking, what you've been thoughts about it so far, man.
Honestly, well, the first round as a whole, it's been good, except for a couple series that I knew was gonna be sweeps. But speaking of this Lakers Blazers series, it's just gonna come down to who's gonna make the big plays in the end. Both teams got advantages that they're of their own. Lakers have the better front court. They have the more stronger front court. And the Blazers have the better back court. But at the end of the day, whoever makes the big plays, whoever makes the key stops is going to win the series.
Yep, you dang right. That's the case. Hey, Lou the Rider Sports, what's going on, brother? Come on in, man. Your mic is on mute, though, bro. Just to let you know. Hang on, let me help you out.
What's up,
Okay.
fellas?
Hey, what's going on, bro? So, what's your thoughts on that the Lakers and Blazers series, man? I'm trying to watch it back and forth, and discussing it with y'all.
Right now, these referees are pissed me off, man. They're trying to give the game to the Lakers.
I knew you was gonna say that.
I swear they are trying to give this game to the Lakers. Because all these foul calls on Portland right now is ridiculous, man. Now, I like a game that's 50-50 down the middle, but when they call them fouls like this, that really pissed me off because that slowed down the game and it made it seem like the league trying to make sure the Lakers win this game.
Man, bro, I cannot agree with you more about that. But Melo's been keeping this team in the game, though, bro. And I was gonna get into what basically Brandon Nicholson says that hear me out on this one. This is what he said. He says it's funny that they talk about all they talk about is this media clowns talk about how LeBron has been playing for 17 years. But correct me if I'm wrong. Hasn't Melo been playing for 17 years? Because Melo looks good. Go ahead, Lou the Rider Sports. What you got to say about that?
Yeah, Melo do look good tonight, but the last game he wasn't looking good. But sometimes, like when Melo's hot like this, he's unstoppable. I wish they give him the ball more when he's hot like this. Because right now, when Portland takes bad shots, that gives the Lakers chances to go on these transition runs and feed AD down low, and the Lakers end up hitting these wide open 3-point shots. That's kind of killing important momentum in the game.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead, Mr. Big Chess.
In my opinion, Carmelo Anthony, well, right now, as I'm watching, this man's cooking with fish grease, hot oil fish grease with that Crisco and everything. But it's just if he's attacking the post, and that's what he should be doing. I mean, he's a great post player. He has phenomenal, immaculate footwork, and I think 4 of his points he literally just scored on LeBron James, and LeBron James was up in his face, and he still couldn't do nothing about Melo. But this is what you get with Melo. Now, last game he had an off night, and he's had off nights this year. But if you give him the post and you feed him, and that's what the Blazers are going to have to do. They're going to have to run. They can't be playing at 2014-15 Warriors offense where you just come off of screens, high pick and roll, and shooting deep threes. Because as good as Dame is, and CJR, they can't. They're not as efficient as a Steph or Clay. But now that they got a Melo, if you run the offense through him on certain possessions and just cut the court in half, he's smart enough that if he gets double teamed, he's going to literally find Dame and CJ, and then that'll open up those deep threes a little bit more, attack from the inside out.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. I think sometimes I feel like the backcourt sometimes does too much than what they don't have to. You know what I'm saying? I think that they just have to utilize what they have on the front line to really open up what the backcourt is capable of doing. You know what I mean? So I can definitely see your point. But correct me what's been going on with the Philadelphia 76ers. Like how many times have we had to keep talking about how much the Sixers always underachieved in the postseason? It's like
the last 4 years.
The last 4 years. Hit me with it, Lou the Rider Sports. Hit me with it.
The last 4 years is same old, same old. They look good in the regular season, but when it comes to playoffs, they fall apart. I'm telling you, it's about if Boston wins tomorrow, it's about to be what, the third time Boston put them out the playoffs?
Correct.
and they got no like. No matter who Boston got on that team, Philadelphia never got no answer for Boston. Because Brad Stevens outcoached Brett Brown every single time.
Mm-hmm. You got that right. Go ahead, Mr. Big Chess.
I mean, the 76ers, the last 4 years. I mean, I don't 2016, 2017, I don't fault them because Ben Simmons didn't play because they set him out the year. But that was Joel Embiid's first year actually playing, and they was like they almost made it to I think their record was I think like 36 and 46 I think, and then they had a top draft pick. 2017 Ben Simmons first year playing, they make the playoffs. They beat Miami in the first round in 5 games, and then they get embarrassed by a Celtics team with no Kyrie Irving and no Gordon Hayward. And I was
Yep.
like, you gotta fire. I was like, fire the man back then because like the way he got out coached. I mean, it was just bad. And then the next
Right.
year, they should if I'm being honest, they should have beat the Raptors last year because
They
they
should have.
with they was playing Game 7. They played some of the best defense I've ever seen. I've seen, them play because you got two superstars that are all NBA defenders. Plus, you had Jimmy Butler, Tobias
Yeah.
Harris that are and that and you literally if it literally Kawhi's the only reason they won that series because in the 3 games that they won, none of the other Raptors starters had over 15 points in the 3 games that they won. In Game 7, Kawhi had 35. The next leading scorer was Pascal Siakam at 14. Kyle Lowry was 3 for 19 from the field.
Yep.
Fred VanVleet had a goose egg. What's his name? Mark Gasol had a goose egg. It was literally Kawhi, and y'all still lost that. And y'all still lost that game. Now you should know that was just one of the greatest shots. You can't take that away. So I understand if you fired them last year, but this year you're 26-4 at home, but you're literally 11-29 on the road. You beat Milwaukee on Christmas Day, beat them by 30 something. Then 2 days later, it's not 2 days later. Not even I could understand if it was a couple months later or a month later, but 2 days later, they go to Milwaukee, they get 40 balled, and they literally hold Ben Simmons to a triple single, 2 points, 1 rebound, and 4 assists.
Yep.
Triple single. And Brett Brown's making no adjustments. My question is, why you got Ben Simmons guarding Giannis Antetokounmpo?
That's what I'm thinking, bro.
Why you got and then Al Horford, as much as I like, he don't even fit that system. I wish he had stayed in Boston, but he don't fit that system. Josh Richardson should be running the point, but he ain't. I mean, because he's not the best shooter, but he can slash to the basket. He's a great decision maker. But they got him running at the 2, and then Tobias Harris. He should be arrested for robbery because he's robbing the Sixers of 170 million. It's embarrassing. And then you lose Ben Simmons. That's sad. But you've had Brett Brown has had years. He said to get this team to at least the Eastern Conference Finals, and he's failed miserably because when the moment counts, he can't coach his team up to execute in big moments. And not saying that he should not be in the NBA. I think he can be a good assistant coach. I think he can be a good assistant coach, offensive coach, defensive coach, specialist. But as a head coach, he's not the guy for the job. You need a guy like Mark Jackson, in my opinion, for that job because he's good with young players and he can basically make Ben Simmons learn to shoot better, and he can basically tell him, you're gonna keep your behind in the post and only shoot threes when I tell you to. And you need a coach like that that's gonna hold your team accountable, but also gonna put your team in the right position. And Brett Brown ain't the guy right now.
I definitely agree, man. I never understood why he has not been removed as head coach for all this time. I mean, it's becoming much more ridiculous with each passing day. I mean, I just don't understand it. But the end of the day, though, guys, it's right now with all these matchups going on, the Sixers are gonna have to make some wholesome changes if they're gonna really, make any headway. Because right now, when I'm gonna tell you all this right now, when Brooklyn gets KD and Kyrie back, the NBA is going to shake themselves in fear to what they can do. I'm telling you. You think I think this year may have been their best chance to really make things happen. And unfortunately, when Brooklyn comes back and gets all their guys back, when you add that with Karis LeVert, woo, Jesus Christ, man.
And think about the possibility of Brad Popovich being the head coach of the Brooklyn Nets.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Oh, they get Greg Popovich. Shoot, Giannis gonna have to come to the West. Somebody because they gonna. It's not
right
that
now. Because right now, Steph Curry and Klay Thompson been calling him, trying to convince him to come to Golden State. I don't believe he needs to do that.
No, and listen, I've pretty much been saying, like, listen, Golden State would be the dead last option, because the thing is, I think that he would probably go to Toronto more than any other destination because of the relationship with Masai Ujiri, and knowing how he can build that team, he can still reconstruct that Raptors team to fit what Giannis can do. I think that it would be a better destination for him to go to Toronto than probably go out west. But there's no other good options out west. If the Lakers don't get it done, if they decide to clean house, then maybe I don't know. I think either it's between the Raptors, and I think the Warriors would be the dead last option. Just from my perspective.
Well, that's for Giannis, but Giannis is not a free agent until 2021. They'll have to trade him. And it depends. Now, I don't know if he's gonna sign his supermax, where he could sign this off season. And I think he's gonna win MVP. I think it's gonna. If he basically in his contract, they basically say if he makes first team All NBA or he wins MVP, he can sign a supermax, and the supermax can get kicked in starting next off season. But what I will say is the Warriors have a good amount of control this offseason. One, because they have the number 2 pick, and 2, because their pick is top 5 protected no matter what.
Right.
And here's the thing. So, and then they got assets. Now, whoever they get in the draft, if they get a James, they're going to be good next year no matter what they do. So if they get a James Wiseman, they shore up their defense and everything. So it depends on what they do.
Right. As I see my brother, Stay Ready Boxing TV, the leader of the Houston Hall Hitters. How's it going out there in the gun race tonight, my man?
Oh man, I had fun, man. You know what I'm saying? We just had a gun meet. I'm a part of the National African American Gun Association. We had a gun meet today, so that's all it was.
Yeah, that's good though, bro. That's good.
Like that.
Yeah, I promise you, I'm not gonna mention the Rockets. I promise.
Well,
I always like to agitate you with that.
I don't know why. I told you I'm not talking Rockets in 2020. I don't care.
I understand. I understand.
They done too much dumb shit.
But yeah, bro. So let me ask you this though, bro. You pretty much said you said you had Miami coming out of the East. You said that, right?
Yeah.
Now let me ask you this. Explain yourself. Why do you have Miami coming out of the East, sir?
Well, for one, I like the way Miami actually play defense. They get down, they get physical with you. They you know what I'm saying, they play inside the rules, but they actually get out there and play defense. You got a lot of teams that's so focused on offense, it seems like they forget to play defense nowadays. But Miami actually get out there and play defense, and they can score. And when they shooters are hot, they can get in there and shoot and score with the best of them. But if they're slowing you down and stopping you and you can't score and they're getting to the basket each time, then who can they not beat?
Right. Hey, I'm with him too. I had Miami coming out the East too.
And they already showed you that every game they done played Milwaukee this year, they done beat them.
You know what I said to 78 last week. I said you better hope you don't get Miami in the second round, because the way that they play defense and the way that they can control. Here's the thing: they're gonna try to like eliminate Giannis's ability to break down the defense and attack the basket. And I don't trust Chris Middleton, and I don't trust Eric Bledsoe. Even if you pay me $1 million for them to try to step up and make the big shots, because those guys generally don't show up in big moments. I'm sorry to say, I think losing Malcolm Brogdon would turn out to be the biggest mistake they would have made. Now I know why they let him go, because he was been pretty much injured, a lot. But you lost a versatile playmaker in place of a guy of Chris Middleton, who's been way too inconsistent, even though he's been an all-star caliber player the last couple of years. So yeah, what's your thoughts on the Blazers and Lakers series, Mister Stay Ready?
Interesting series. If LeBron don't pick it up, they will lose.
Mm-hmm. That's you know what I'm saying. Like right now, it's basically 93-88 Lakers right now as I'm watching this on my laptop here. But LeBron
can't keep defending on. He can't keep defending on Davis to win him. I'm not watching the game. I watched the fight.
Yeah, I understand.
But like that last game, LeBron had 10 points.
Right.
And you know what I'm saying? I'm not taking nothing away from however many points he had, you know what I'm saying? Because at this point, LeBron is in a career to where he's always been a distributor in the first place. He's not a score first. He can score. But when you don't even have double-digit assists, you had double-digit rebounds, but not double-digit assists. So what did you really do? And y'all won that game, but you won it because Portland shooters wasn't hitting. Shooters, when your shooters is hot, they hot. When they not, they not. But they shooters wasn't there that night. Get another night like that when they shooters hot, and you pull up a game like that. You're not getting this. You're not responsible for nobody else scoring. What is that going to really do for you or your score? You're not going to get out. You're not going to get out of the first, and that's going to be embarrassing.
Right.
And I'm not taking nothing away from LeBron because I like LeBron, but I'm just giving you the God honest truth. You can't be the star of a team and in the MVP race and give me 10 and 7. You can't. And you cannot. It's no way possible. Giannis can't come in the game and give me 10 points and 7 rebounds. No, you can. Giannis cannot. You can't. Who else? Chris Paul can't come in the game and give me 10 points and 6 assists. No, it's not going. You are the leader of the team. You lead by example, and you also make sure you're a general on that court. He is the leader of that team. He's also the point forward because you rarely see that. Rondo's not out there right now. Rondo's hurt, so you got to go out there. You got to go out there and set. You not set an example. I was going to say set an example. You gotta set a show set the tone, right? You got to go out there and set the tone for the rest of your team, including Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis might be leading the team in scoring, but he's not the leader of that team. He got to go out there and do what he's supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? So
basically, you got to be like what Kawhi Leonard doing right now for the Clippers. He's setting the tone out there right now.
Right. Exactly. Yeah, absolutely about that. Hey, 503, man. I mean, your internet connection better, bro? Uh-oh.
Yeah. I'm good, bro. I'm good. Can you hear me?
Yeah, absolutely. We got Stay Ready in the building, though, too, bro. We got your captain over here, representing the Houston Hard Hitters in the house.
Alrighty, man. What's up with my brother, man? What's going on, bro? Yeah, man. This is a back and forth game right now, man. The Lakers came out strong in that third quarter. And you know what I'm saying? It's still anybody's game, man. You know what I'm saying? I still don't see too much more from AD, but I'm liking this game, man. I got a feeling this one gonna come down to the wire, just like the fucking Rockets fucking choke and versus OKC, man. You know what I'm saying? So it can go either way.
Rockets lost in overtime to the Thunder. Stay ready.
Yeah.
I remember at 503. I told Say we're not going to mention the Rockets when he's here.
I don't know. I told
Oh,
y'all.
okay, my bad. I was
No,
just using him as an example.
I don't care. I'm not. I'm gonna say this: they made too many dumb decisions. We are not winning. I don't give a fuck how much promise y'all expect from the Houston Rockets. They're not winning a championship. You cannot win a championship with a 6'7" center.
You damn right. I've been trying to tell everybody over the last year, like, bro, that small ball bullshit is not gonna work to win a championship. I don't know why Mike D'Antoni keeps doing this every single time. It makes no sense.
Mike D'Antoni didn't do that. There wasn't no Mike D'Antoni. Mike D'Antoni didn't even have small ball in Phoenix. He had a center. That was Daryl Morey.
Daryl Morey, yeah, exactly. Daryl Morey.
I don't like either one of them. Fuck
no, they listen too much to these computer nerds telling them what players to pick for that team. All this analytics shit is bullshit for the game.
Yeah, that right. So, but I'm gonna get to the Dallas and Clippers series though. So 503, since you're back on the scene there, what's your thoughts about that series, sir?
You said the Clippers in Dallas?
That's right.
Oh man, that's a great series, man. I think it was a game changer last night with my man's Luka getting his fucking ankle fucked off in that tie with Kawhi. But I'm wishing him a speedy recovery, man. I like I say, man, I root for all my Texas teams, low key, man. But I'm just not a fan of the Rockets. You know what I'm saying? But I do like what the Clippers represent, man. They the underdogs of LA. They the like they say on Undisputed, they the stepchildren of LA. I think this is a good back and forth series. You know what I'm saying? And see, a lot of people they want to shit on the Clippers and say how sorry they've been, bro. But people don't really understand, bro. They haven't had their whole team throughout this whole ordeal in the bubble.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So they just not kind of getting warmed up. You know what I'm saying? And one thing about it, Paul George and Kawhi haven't just clicked together. They kind of clicked together in that first game. Paul George had a so-so game last night. He really was horrible last night. I'm not even much gonna lie.
He was horrible. Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I think, man, as long as they got that kid number 2, you know what I'm saying, they're gonna be all right, man. You know what I'm saying? I like everything that he doing for them right now, man. He putting that team on his back, bro. Something that LeBron should be doing for the Lakers. You know what I'm saying? And if LeBron don't start putting the Lakers on his back soon, bro, they not gonna win. You know what I'm saying? They not gonna win, man. But I like the Clippers though. In this series, man, I think last night with Luka, getting hurt, I think the Clippers are taking in I say in 6.
All right.
They might win another game if they lucky. Depending on how Luka be. You know what I'm saying? They might. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. We got to see tomorrow though.
All right, for sure. This is for Stay Ready, and I'm gonna take a little bit of a different angle, just a real quick thing, because I just saw a video from Boxing Eagle, Stay Ready, that the Zone basically rejected the Canelo versus the, I don't know how you say his name, the Iridium fight.
It's your.
I don't know how you say the name though, bro. But either way,
it's Avni Yildirim.
I don't know. I'm not gonna bother saying that. I'm not gonna disrespect the man because I don't know how to say the name.
I said it's Avni Yildirim.
Yildirim. Okay, there you go. I'll just say Yildirim. But be the way.
Some people say Yildirim. Some people say Yildirim.
Yeah.
But it's Avni Yildirim.
Yildirim. Okay. Well, anyway, the Zone has pretty much said no to the fight. So now they're pretty much telling Canelo, get a different opponent, or we're not hosting that fight. So what do you think? What do you think is gonna be next for Canelo? What do you think he's gonna try to do? To get a fight at this point.
I put money on it that he still fights for the WBC title, but. If it's not Avni Yildirim, which I still think he's gonna find a way to sneak that fight in. I think he's still gonna find a way to sneak that fight in. or they're gonna finagle away, and he might, and it's a strong possibility that it can happen that he fights David Benavidez for the WBC title.
Mm-mm-mm.
That's my opinion, and I'm saying that right now. It's opinion based. I
Yeah, it
haven't heard
is.
anything yet, but I am. Believe me, I got my ears to the streets because if David Benavidez can sneak his way into a title shot for the belt again and fight somebody like Canelo, I'm all in. So I got my ears to the streets for that. But at the same time, if he doesn't fight you, then he's gonna mess around and fight a Callum Smith or a Billy Joe Saunders because both of those fighters right there are already at the zone two, Billy Joe and Callum, and they both are title holders, and it's an easy way for them. Them probably the easiest fights that he can make that he know he can win at 168. If not, I don't see anybody at 175 that's gonna bring any kind of recognition.
Mm-hmm.
And the only other fighter that he can get is at 160 that he would try to get is probably at 160 somebody like a Triple G.
All
But
right.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Right now on the matchmaking, I'm not gonna blame Canelo. The matchmaking goes back on Golden Boy, and Golden Boy knows this.
Yep. Definitely though about that. So I'm gonna return it back to basketball. So Lou, the writer of sports, what's your thoughts about the Clippers and Mavericks series? How do you think that's turning out for you from your perspective?
Man, I think the Clippers should be a free game to none right now. But the thing that's making it bad right now is when the Clippers not focused on their mid range and post up game. Because to me, Dallas cannot guard Paul George off the claw. I don't understand why Paul George just take the ball to the rim more instead of trying to settle for 3-point shots.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if he's afraid about getting hurt again or what. And I got.
Is it true?
Oh my bad, that was my phone.
Yeah, go ahead, Lou, the writer of sports. Go ahead.
The Paul gonna bring it every game
What's
because
the
that's what he does. And
relationship? What was it?
Hey, stay ready. I'm gonna put you on mute for a second, okay? Okay, there we go. Go ahead, bro.
and I wish they would go to Zubac more down low because I don't think Dallas got nobody in the front court that can hang with Zubac.
Okay.
And plus Clipper got to do better on their remnant game because even though they won game 3. Dallas almost came back on them because they was letting them hit wide open 3-point shots, which to me wasn't great.
Right. Okay. Cool. You see, I kind of understand that kind of sentiment. I think that to me, I think that the Clippers need to do a better job of being assertive, of being aggressive offensively. They do a good job of setting the tone early on, but sometimes, they sometimes get lackadaisical and don't utilize their matchups as much as they should. Paul George has got to be more aggressive. He's got to stop jacking up them threes. He's got to look to be more aggressive, look to attack the basket more, and basically look to be more assertive offensively because, Paul George is better when he's basically aggressive and basically attacking the basket instead of settling for the jump shot. Like the old Paul George back in the Indiana days. And so I think this is going to go down to a 6-game series. I think that the Clippers will find a way to basically slow down Luka Doncic and try to, limit his effectiveness, and it's going to rely on the other guys to basically beat them. That's what I kind of see at this particular point in that type of series. But yeah, I'm gonna go.
That right there, I don't understand. Why they don't get the call guarding Luka Doncic in this series right now? He will be shutting them down.
Right. That's what I'm saying though, bro. Like I think if I were Doc Rivers, I would say I would basically say, you know what? I'm gonna put Paul George on Luka Doncic and see what he can try to do to score on him, or if he wanted to switch the matchup, put Kawhi on Luka Doncic and see what he can do against him. Because I can tell you this. Go ahead. Stay ready.
I was gonna say the problem with trying to stop Luka is it's gonna be hard to. It's gonna be hard to stop Luka. It's gonna real be hard. I don't care who it is. They've tried. Um, I don't see Kawhi is a better defender than Paul George, but I'm not saying Paul George can't defend. Paul George is a great defender, but Kawhi is better. If Kawhi can't stop him, what is Paul George gonna do?
Right.
Kawhi is longer, and he's got quicker lateral movements than Paul George. So if he can't stop him, and they have put Kawhi on him, the best thing to do is to put him on your next best player. Same thing they do with Paul George, and try to stop everything around him, and because he's gonna do what he's gonna do. And I see what they're trying to do. The problem is you got Porzingis out here at 7 foot at the 4. And you have no answer for Porzingis.
True.
That's where the problem lies as far as the Mavericks go. I'm not saying they won't figure it out because Porzingis will have off nights, and those off nights they need to take advantage of it. But when you got a night where Seth Curry is hitting, Luka is hitting, Porzingis is hitting, Finney is hitting, Hardaway is hitting, it ain't nothing you can do about that.
Mm-hmm.
Because your best defenders is on. You got Kawhi holding Porzingis sometime, and you got Paul George holding Porzingis sometime, and you got Paul George holding Tim Hardaway.
Right.
And everybody on the court. Patrick Beverly cannot hold Seth Curry. Patrick Beverly is not good to me.
Bruh,
he's not a defender. He's irritant. They can slow you down. That's it.
Yep. Because I've seen Patrick Beverly get torched a lot than people tend to realize.
That's why me and LVZ call Patrick Beverly the dead homie, because somebody always pouring a 40 on him.
That's a good one though, bro. That's perfectly safe. You know what somebody told me one time? They told them that Patrick Beverly is another version of Bruce Bowen. Like, what? Do y'all know that Bruce Bowen actually knew how to defend people, and he was much more longer and much more rangier than Patrick Beverly? Get out of here with
the closest player to come to Bruce Bowen was Shane Bailey.
Right, bro. Right. That's an insult, bro. That's a pure insult. So, 503. How do you think the Clippers and the Mavericks are gonna adjust for tomorrow's game, because it's 2-1 Clippers right now?
I think for the most part, I think they should just pretty much keep driving, attacking, staying aggressive, and oh my God, what the hell is they doing, man? Portland blowing this game right now.
They are, bro.
I knew it was going to.
But to answer your question, man, I think the Clippers are going to have to pretty much attack Luka how they've been attacking him, get inside his head, and like the homie said, man, you put Kawhi on him, all that really kind of goes out the window. You know what I'm saying? But they also are going to have to attack the motherfucking perimeter, bro, because they let these other guys from Dallas hit too many threes, like Tim Hardaway Jr., Steph Curry, you know what I'm saying?
Trey Burke,
Porzingis, you know what I'm saying? They're gonna have to find a way to try to defend him as well, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Porzingis is killing them too as well. You know what I'm saying? But I'm more so worried about what's the status of Luka. You know what I'm saying? I haven't really heard too much about it today.
Well, I can tell you this though, off the rip, that his ankle right now is questionable for tomorrow. It's basically it'll be a game time decision of how he feels, if he's gonna play or not. So we don't know.
He's gonna play.
Game time.
Believe me, it's the playoffs. He's gonna play.
I believe so.
Right. So just like the homie said, man, they damn near came back and won.
Mm-hmm.
So if they can guard the perimeter a little bit better and not let those guys like Hardaway, Steph Curry, Porzingis get hot from outside, I think they'll be okay. I want to see better shot placement from Paul George. He was off last night. They can't keep depending on Kawhi, bro. You know, Kawhi's gonna need help. I can't think of that guy's name. But Steph something. I forgot his name from the Clippers, man. I can't think of his name. But he was hitting a lot of shots last night. It's the guy that dunked on Boban. What's my man's name from Dallas? The center.
You mean shoot. You mean DeAndre? No, not DeAndre Jordan. No. Shoot, I forgot his name too.
I think you're talking about the dude from Dallas with the big old ears.
Yeah, he got dunked on by one of those guys from the Clippers. It was a guy that hit like the half court shot last night. Him. He was balling, man. I can't think of his name though. You know what I'm saying? From the Clippers. Yeah, him. You know what I'm saying? He was balling.
Number 20. I know you talking about.
Number 20. Number 20. Yeah, him. you get good place. Good shot placement from him. Paul George step up. You know what I'm saying? You already know what you're gonna get from Lou Williams. You know what I'm saying? I think the Clippers will be in good shape, man. They just gotta.
You mean Landry? You mean Landry Shamet?
Blowing this game.
Yeah, that's his name. Number 20. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I like him. He was hitting a lot of good shots yesterday for the Clippers. He was helping Paul George out, man, because Paul George was non-existent yesterday.
Yeah, right.
You can't. I'm telling you, bro. In this next round, bro, if they play Houston or whoever they gonna play in this next round, bro, he can't play like that, man. He cannot play like that. You know what I'm saying? It's only gonna get harder. Even though I feel like they playing one of the best teams out the West right now, but I feel like it's only gonna get harder, bro, as the playoffs continue to go. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But I got the Clippers winning tomorrow, bro.
All right. Well, right now I'm watching the Blazers. You know, give this game away right now. They're shooting themselves in the foot with bad shots and turnovers right now. So, you know, I think it's going to be 2-1 Lakers right now. So, you know, but pretty much it is what it is, though, guys. But I'm going to go ahead and call this a night, though, guys. But I want to thank you guys for coming in, and chopping it up, though, too, guys. So, but go ahead, Lou, the Rider Sports. Go ahead and give me your last words before we shut it down for the night.
Man, I don't got no last. Right now, man, I'm upset with Portland the way they gave this game away right now. Mm-hmm. Like you took all these bad shots. You when you down by at least four about 6 points, you start jacking up 3-point shots. That's the problem. That's the problem why they lost this game, because they focused more on the 3-point shot to the mid range and post game. You see, Carmelo Anthony was cooking, but you don't give him more a chance to shoot the ball. See, if Lakers win the series, that's gonna be the main reason right there why Portland lost, because they care more about the 3-point shot than the mid range and post up game.
Okay, all right, there you go. Okay, so 503, go ahead and give me your last words, my brother.
Man, much love to you, bro. Keep doing what you're doing, man. You know what I'm saying? Keep going up with your channel. I see you then took off on the subscriber count, man. I'm proud of you, little bro. And I can't wait, man, till we got these finals, man. I don't know who it's gonna be, man. We could predict all day. You know what I'm saying? But anything can happen in basketball because the best are always playing the best. So you never know what you're gonna get out of that. Much love to the chat, man. Everybody that came through today, showing my brother Mahar some love, man. MehariNation Sports Podcast. You know what I'm saying? And we're gonna definitely do this again. And then, yeah, man, it's looking like these Lakers finna take this game. We're gonna see what go down tomorrow. Hopefully, the other LA team can get a win, because we all want to see LA versus LA in the Western Conference Finals, man. Who's gonna be the king of LA, man? You know what I'm saying? There can only be one king. We shall find out, man. But it's your boy 503 Line. 1-4 for the Houston Hard Hitters, and I'm gone, man. Peace.
All right. Okay, stay ready. The captain of the Hard Hitters. Go ahead and give me your last.
I appreciate you sending that link, man. It was a good night of basketball and a good night of boxing. We had some old Povetkin came through with the win for us tonight. I'm glad you knocked Dillian White out. Basketball talk. So, Uh, we got some more games coming. I ain't gonna lie to you. This basketball season is kind of interesting. A lot of teams been showing up that we didn't expect. A lot of players been showing up that we didn't expect. And it's been a good series, man. And I appreciate you sending that link. Shout out to you. Shout out to my brother 503 Line. Shout out to the Sports Right on the channel, man. I appreciate you. And it's your boy Mac with Stay Ready Boxing TV. You ain't got to get ready if you stay ready. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, and one more thing before you get up out of here. Joe Smith Jr. is whooping Aleda Alvarez's ass right now. You know what I'm saying? Just so y'all know, man. It's going to the 6th round. But my boy Joe Smith Jr. doing his thing. He got Aleda Alvarez nose busted up. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, y'all be on the lookout too, man. We're gonna talk about this later.
Like all right. Yeah, we got to. You going live tomorrow?
I fuck around and go live tonight, man. Shit, but if not, I go live tomorrow.
Send me the link.
Already.
I'm jumping on.
Yeah, send me the link though too, if I could, if I can. But thanks for you guys for coming in and chop it up though too, guys. We'll definitely do this again as we get ready for round 2 of the playoffs though too, guys. So, but y'all already know what it is though too. So this is Bill Mehari, represent MehariNation Sports Podcast. Much love to the entire LDBC, and we out. Y'all have a good